We historically have thought about loyalty as like a points program, like do this, get that. And I think what AI is unlocking for us and even, existed a bit in our membership program, but is getting better, is that now AI is uncovering the behaviors proactively that are going to drive future. It becomes less about like backwards looking, and AI is helping you be more forwards looking.
Over the past few years, Fabletics has been moving from strength to strength, expanding internationally, opening stores, and rapidly growing its membership base. At the NRF Big Show, we sat down with the company's president and COO, Meera Bhatia, to find out how they're pulling it off and how Fabletics is differentiating itself in the fiercely competitive activewear category. Welcome back to Retail Remix. I am your host, Nicole Silberstein, Editor-in-Chief at Retail Touchpoints, and we are here at NRF with Meera Bhatia, President and COO of Fabletics. Thanks for being here, Meera.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So during your tenure at Fabletics, the company has gone through a pretty impressive, sustained period of growth. Let's start by hearing a little bit about how that was orchestrated. What moves has the company taken over the past few years to really grow the business so successful?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So as you mentioned, we've had a pretty good run at it right now. We are coming off of a very strong 2025, just crossed the $1 billion mark in revenue as a company, which is very exciting.
Yep.
Thank you. We just celebrated that. 18% revenue growth year over year, double-digit same-store comp growth for the last 3 years in a row. So things have really been firing on all cylinders, which is fantastic. I think, we started the business as a women's business about 10 years ago. And part of what's fueled our growth is obviously continued growth and evolution in the products that we're selling in the women's category. But we have also grown the business with our adding a men's business. We then have diversified into scrubs a couple of years ago. So, so the growth has been driven partially by category and product expansion, of course. We've also driven growth through retail expansion. So we started as a online-only business. We added retail several years ago, and now we're at 120 stores as of end of 2025. And really see that retail expansion being additive to our online growth, because we see the omnichannel shopper has a lot more, it drives 4 times the value of a sort of single channel shopper. So that's also kind of working together to help grow the business as well.
Yeah. You really doubled down on the physical retail last year too, right? You opened quite a few stores.
20 stores last year.
Yeah.
14 of them in the U.S., 6 internationally.
Okay. What international markets are you in? Is it a lot?
We have been in the UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, operating ourselves in the online business for many years now. We, this year, expanded into sort of non-European markets, starting with Mexico, Guatemala. We also launched a store in Dubai. So, yeah, we're starting to go into...
So add that to the list, too. Also international expansion as well.
So, if I get asked, like, what's going forward, it's like global brand expansion is part of the goal.
Domination.
Yeah,
got it.
You said it.
I mean, I think I picked the right word. Impressive is really, I think, the right word to describe the trajectory that the business is on. There is a lot of interest right now in the activewear category in general, partly because there are a number of brands, Fabletics being at the top of that list, that are really breaking out. There's also some shifting in what was perhaps previously seen as the market leaders in the category. So tell me a little bit about, it's a very competitive category. What do you see as Fabletics differentiators among this set of names, which we've been hearing a lot about, especially the last couple of months?
Yeah. Well, Fabletics was born from sort of the belief that leggings shouldn't cost $100. That was something that we started the business with 10 plus years ago, and something that we still live by now. Now, obviously, we sell more than just leggings, but, it fundamentally comes down to, we think that everyone deserves to have access to fashionable product, and we sit at that kind of intersection of fashion, quality, and then value. And even as we've done that category expansion that I've mentioned, that is sort of a core principle that we brought into all of that expansion. And I think that is what differentiates us and continues to differentiate us, is that we can offer that fashion and fit, incredible quality, but at a really valuable price.
Yeah. And certainly a message that is resonating with consumers today. We keep hearing that value is the top priority right now with everything else going on in the world. part of the big way that you offer that is with the membership model, which also to me feels like a big differentiator for you in this category. Sure. So tell us a little bit more about the philosophy behind that and what you think it brings to the business.
Right. So as you mentioned, Fabletics has a membership-based model. It drives the majority of our business. So what happens is a customer signs up to become a member. By becoming a member, you get access to everyday discounts, 30 to 40% under retail pricing. You get access to special collections, early drops. And then every month you can make a decision. It's very flexible. You can make a decision to be billed or not. If you're billed, you get a member credit that gets you product up to $100 in value. So it's ultimately a flexible membership model. I think there's some misconceptions in the business that, you might auto ship something, we don't. It's all basically based on your customer choice. Mm-hmm. But what that does for us is it creates a highly predictable business. Because we have 2.8 million members who have signed up with us, we know what they love. We know what they buy. We know what our customer demand is going to be with a fairly, fair level of accuracy. And so that fundamentally is what allows us to bring this value to the market because we have less waste in our supply chain. We have a very low return rate, right? We can pass a lot of that volume back to the customer that's unlocked by being in this membership program.
I mean, predictability, I feel like that's something every retailer right now wishes they could have.
Sure. Yeah.
And you have it at the outset just from the way the business is organized. That's really interesting.
And I mean, like I said, you're never going to... we always hope to have runaway hits. We always have things that will bring mass new customers in the business that those are the surprise and delight moments in the business. But the fundamental core of our customer population is very predictable.
You've always got that foundation there. That's really interesting. You talked to us a little bit about the number of stores you've opened. One that seemed really interesting to me, and being on the East Coast, I haven't had a chance to see it in person, but we definitely wrote about it. I've seen pictures, the Westfield Century City location, because there's a lot of really innovative tech integrations into the store. And as we're sitting here at NRF, everybody's talking about AI all the time. I love to hear about what's happening in the real world experience. And I don't know if these innovations might not all be AI tech, but so tell us a little bit more about what's happening in that store. Yep. And also is this something you plan to expand to other locations?
Yeah, so we're really excited about Westfield Century City. It is our flagship. Obviously we're an LA based brand, so it's high time that we have our flagship right in our backyard. So it's really fun for us to have that store. It's built in what we call our Gen 5 design. So it's our fifth generation store design. That means it's all new lighting, all new fixturing. It's really built to highlight the product. But what drives it is this technology that you mentioned. Our DNA is very much in a technology-driven culture. We build all of our own proprietary technology, and that also feeds our store experience. So there's everything from fitting rooms in this store that are AI-driven to it's a combination of RFID and AI, where we know what a member has brought into the fitting room. We know what she's purchased prior, so we can easily tailor the recommendations that we're making to her in the fitting room. We're keeping track of what's working, what's not, to drive conversion analysis that kind of comes back and feeds our online experience as well. So there's that. We have AI-based real-time employee coaching that we've enabled in these stores as well. So our retail associates can basically practice their pitches and their product information that they're sharing, and we give the AI will give real-time feedback to them about how they're performing, so we can improve how they're interacting with customers. We're also looking at essentially using a combination of AI and just a data science to optimize the layout of these stores. So we look at efficiency of inventory in different locations, so that we're getting the right product in front of her and in front of the customer at any one time.
Yeah, it's amazing how much smarter AI is making all of us, isn't it?
Yeah, I think AI is really about I think customers these days are more and more impatient, right? They don't want to waste time. They want great experiences. They want to find what they're looking for. And AI is enabling all of that to be just better for them and ultimately deliver them a better experience.
So now you just came out of a session that you were on the stage here at NRF, right? And the topic was related. It was about how AI can drive loyalty through enhanced personalization. So that's a little bit of what you were talking about, and more intelligent use of data. How else have you been seeing that play out at Fabletics? What other, or did any of your fellow panelists or have any other interesting insights into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're thinking about AI sort of all parts of the Fabletics business. Ultimately, anything that drives purchasing is what drives loyalty, right? So it all kind of feeds itself. So you could think about it very broadly, but you think about AI as sort of back of house or front of house, how we're investing. In the back of the house, we're using AI for everything from writing code to deliver better, website experiences, to how we're buying inventory, to automating a lot of tasks so that our employees are sort of freed up for higher value work. And then on the front end, we think about AI in some of the ways I just talked about, which is using it to optimize store inventory, using it to tailor what we're both showing online and what we're showing them in the fitting rooms or in the store as they walk in. We have over 70 billion data points on our customers that we process every single day. And we've gone from a world where we've been very data driven and using a lot of data science to understand what that data is to AI driven, where it's helping us, find points of friction that we maybe didn't even know about.
Yeah, I can definitely see how a lot of that would help with the purchase. There is another step, though, from initial purchase to loyalty, that retention, like really getting people to come back. How are you deploying both human and AI resources to get that repeat customer, especially people who are not yet members, but come into, like, say, your store?
Yeah, well, I'd say the membership model is fundamentally how we drive loyalty. I mean, anybody, even a customer who comes in store, 50% of them will sign up to become members because they see the value in the program.
Right.
So
they already want to purchase something and there's immediate value to them when they make that purchase.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that loyalty has historically have thought about loyalty as like a points program, like do this, get this, do this, get that. And I think what AI is unlocking for us, and even, existed a bit in our membership program, but is getting better, is that now AI is not just sort of, it's uncovering the behaviors proactively that are going to drive future. It becomes less about like backwards looking, and AI is helping you be more forwards looking. So if I think about how to drive customer loyalty, it really comes down to like, why do customers shop with you over and over? It's because they are finding what they want and we're delivering it to them in an experience that works for them, right? And so AI is like touching all of that to just drive a better experience, show them the product they want more quickly. It sounds kind of geeky, but like using route optimization to get the packages to them faster, right? Like all of those things make them want to shop with you again and will drive loyalty.
Yeah, I kind of love that. It echoes something in another conversation where it's just like, these are fundamental things that retailers have always needed to deliver on, even before AI existed. Just having the type of product that your customer wants when they want it, right? But AI is helping do it. It's just helping to do it better.
It's helping to do it better. And I think it's like, it also helps you a little bit find and solve the problems you didn't know existed. So, right, like if you think about traditional loyalty programs, like it was easy to say like, oh, I know that if I get them to do X, Y, Z, write a product review, then I can give them points because that helps them come back and do this. And so like, it's rules based, right? Yeah. But where AI steps in is like, when there's a friction point that you didn't even know about or you didn't even know what to do about, right? Yeah. And that's how AI is going to pick up on that. Yeah. To give you the more proactive. Yeah,
like you had so much data. It was sitting in that data, but you didn't have the time to analyze it to actually see, there's a little problem area, something you could fix here that would.
Right. When you're talking about 70 billion data points daily, like there's going to be something embedded in there that your data science efforts weren't going to have found yet.
Yeah. So what is next for the company? I mean, we're just now at the start of 2026. Where are you headed in the new year and even beyond?
Well, as I mentioned, we've had great success in the last year, so I feel like we have a tailwind behind us where it's, do more of the kinds of things that we've already been doing. So that means things like continuing to deliver incredible product that our customers love. You'll see that through some category expansion as well, that we're pretty excited about.
Can you tell us what categories?
You'll have to keep your eyes open and come back and check. As I mentioned, the international expansion is definitely a part of our story going forward. As you said, global brand domination. That's the goal. And then, retail expansion domestically as well. We're going to continue to double down on that because we see that it sort of feeds the whole flywheel as well.
Maybe an East Coast flagship.
Yes.
So I can get over there.
Well, we have our Flatiron store, which we consider a flagship.
I did go there to that one. And there was a lot of the tech features, like the smart fitting rooms. Those were really cool. And
we've had smart fitting rooms, but we're like taking them to the next level with AI now.
Okay. Yeah. Because even just such a simple solution, but like the worst thing is when you're trying on clothes and you need a different size. Trying to get somebody's attention or like put everything back on to go out there and grab it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so nice.
It's nice. And it's nice for us to have even anticipated before you walked into the dressing room because we know you, because you remember what size is going to work best for you.
Yeah, and what other things you might be
and what other things
interested
that you're
in
gonna love.
checking out.
And what have you already got in your closet that we know we can complement with what else we have in the store?
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so lots ahead. Before we let you go, I have a few other just quick rapid fire questions to close things out. You ready for those ones?
Yeah.
Okay. So where have you found AI to be the most useful in your personal life so far?
So in my personal life, I'd say I'm a bit of a basic like chat GPTer, but I mean, I'd say like everybody who wants to figure out AI, like start with chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
I use it sort of as my brain dump all for everything I need to remember. And that includes my personal life. So whenever something comes into my mind now, like I'm sticking it in chat GPT and like I have like a personal project and then I have sort of everything else for work. And then in the beginning of every day, it sends me all the things that I need to remember to do and my summary of my work meetings too. So I have it integrated with my calendar, which also has personal stuff on it. So it's like giving me the whole 360 on like, here's your day, here's what you said you needed to get done. So that spreads a little bit of personal and private.
You're blowing my mind though, because
yeah.
I'm like, I've gotten to the point now where it's like, if I don't write it down, I won't remember. And I then sometimes can't read my own handwriting.
Right,
I'm feeling like this, I need to
dump it into
attempt to do. Yeah.
and it holds you accountable, by the way, because it doesn't just tell you like you said you needed to do this. It's like you needed to do this, and like, by the way, this is how you should go get it done. And can I cross it off the list? Yeah.
Awesome. So, I love it. Personal assistant, ChatGPT as personal assistant.
Pretty much. Yeah.
What are going to be, and this is mostly for me, the next big activewear trends of 2026? Like, what should I be stocking up on?
So, I think that we saw a little bit of this, but I think we're going to continue to see this demand for activewear, active fabrics, and like that comfort in all parts of your life.
Yes.
Like, it's not just about wearing great clothes to the gym now. It's about wearing it to work. Like, for example, this blazer that I'm wearing is Fabletics, right?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have traditionally thought this as being like coming from an activewear company, but we're taking all this amazing fabrics we have that fit and like function and expanding it into everyday wear. That's why we actually call it like lifewear now.
Oh, okay.
And I think that that's going to be a continued trend where people want comfort, but they want it everywhere. And I think you're going to see like more and more styles, like less people walking around in clothes that look obviously like they went to the gym, and more people like styled, but in really amazing comfort.
But subtly, it's comfortable in a way that you wouldn't know. God, I really do I need a lot of that in my life.
Everybody needs comfort,
and
right?
Especially, nothing brings that to life for you than coming to a trade show.
And
like NRF, where
yeah.
it's like you're walking all day, it's 12-hour days, and you're just like, this jacket is just, I need it off.
Yeah, and you're walking around and like, I was just sitting on a floor trying to eat my lunch, like you want to be comfortable doing that.
Yeah. Why is there never enough seats, though? That's a whole nother question. I mean, like, come on, we have to eat. You charge us an arm and a leg for the food.
I know. We'll find it. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed on your LinkedIn that a while ago, you actually worked at LinkedIn.
I did.
So,
I did.
Do you have any insider tips to help us become like power users, all of us?
So I think a lot of people use LinkedIn for people information. Like, obviously you looked me up on LinkedIn.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. But why I love to use LinkedIn is to then get insights on the company. So I can actually go on LinkedIn. If you go look at the company page, you can see like how many people they've hired in the last year, how many people they've let go in the last year. Like, is their employee headcount growing? Is it not? Who are their key hires? I feel like it gives you a lot of like good competitive
Are these premium features?
They
or
are.
Have I just never noticed them?
They are. I have a lifetime premium membership because I was an ex-employee. But
Look
yes,
at
they
you.
are. They're worth it. They're worth it.
Honestly, I'm always tempted. I will, but I've done it before and I miss it,
I
and
think
I'll
it's
probably just go
valuable
back.
for seeing who looks at your profile too, right?
That's
Isn't that
always-
a premium feature?
That's just like, you don't really need to know, but it is
You
interesting
gotta
to know.
Like,
it's
like
interesting to know.
It like really tags into your psychology, I think.
I never thought of the company pages as like a research facet, though.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's
I think
really
it's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah.
Like, you hear about some hot brand, you're like, well, let's go see what's actually happening.
Yeah,
So
in their hiring, even in just hiring patterns, that really tells you
And by
something about a
function.
company. Yeah. Oh, very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
As a journalist, I thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe my premium could be a business expense.
I am not going to give you tax advice, especially not when I'm being recorded, but my guess is yes. Consult your accountant.
The most exciting speaker or idea that you've come across so far at the show this year?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question to ask me because I have largely been talking to you and others.
Okay,
But I mean, but I think
nothing from this conversation, obviously. But was
was
there any
everything from this conversation? No.
Was there anything that did anybody just say something really interesting, like an idea?
Yeah, one of the things, so I mentioned that we are using AI for employee coaching for our retail associates.
Yeah.
Actually, I was on a panel with somebody from Sweetwater Guitar, which amazing business, by the way. I didn't know it. It's pretty cool. I'm getting nods around me, right? And he was mentioning how they are using AI they're doing call analytics, which we also do. We also analyze calls. But the zinger on that feature was that they then email, based on the findings of the employee, a recap every week. It says, here's 3 things you did really great last week, based on what their call analytics pulled out of their AI sort of sensed out of the logs. Wow. And here's one way to improve. And I just love that because I was like, well, we're listening. We're also kind of analyzing what's going well and what's not going well. But actually the brilliance of giving them positive feedback, I thought was
also
really...
just what that does to morale.
Yeah.
And
every
with turnover
Monday,
the way it is, anything you can do to boost morale.
Imagine if I got an email every Monday that was here's 3 things you did really well last
week. You are so awesome. Here's all the great things you did.
I would be really great. And so I was I'm going to take that away and talk to the team about it. We should all be doing that.
Employers, listen up. Yeah. We all need that little boost of reassurance every once in a while.
I agree.
What are you most looking forward to in 2026? It can be personal, it can be professional, anything. What are you excited about this upcoming year?
I just am really excited. I mentioned we crossed a major threshold as a business on the $1 billion mark, but it's just a step along the way. And I'm just excited to keep growing this business, keep bringing amazing product that people love. I get so much pleasure out of seeing, we call it Fabletics in the wild. Yeah. And I just want to see more of that. And I think, things are going kind of trending that direction. We're going to see more and more of it. And we're going to be in every country. And I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that definitely sounds like something to look forward to. Thanks for taking the time with us today. It was really fun to chat with you.
Thank you. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Retail Remix. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a future episode. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. Until next time, keep mixing it up.